yeah, that's it. Hello everybody. I guess I'm back. Rejoice, don't rejoice. Be sad, be terrified. Yeah, be terrified. That's the relevant. That's the well put and the appropriate one. Okay, so yeah, I'm back and it's continuation of my stream that I hope I called correctly this time. Actually, I may call it game Day the Life of Gamer still, but never mind. I will restart it because I'm switching between development streams and gaming streams, so sometimes I forget to change categories, and oddly enough, and I forgot to change tags for some reason. But other stuff I kind of stick title or categories, for example. Anyways, last time let's see what we stopped. So last time I finished file upload. This one, no, actually that yes, this one. But before this one, this controller was. Now this controller, this file upload will work with basically any type of, not just images, files in generally. At the moment we using these file upload types. We can add any new type of file we want just by modifying this class. Entire application will just adjust to new type we added, and it will keep working just fine. Now that's the first part, and there's one more part that I want to cover. I will cover today, and that's how to adjust actual file upload to work with different. Well, Laravel calls it drives or disks, I think. So let's call it disk, but what that generally is, it's a different way to different, let's say, storage to put a file in. For example, we will currently I use AWS S3 bucket as a only recipient or destination for the files, cloud storage in other words. But now I'm just gonna add the possibility to switch to local storage and use it instead of cloud storage, and also will be easy plug and play version. So you can need just change another interface, another concrete for the interface, and this will work. Okay, so basically I will just start with that then. And just notice Laravel has this all functionalities internally. I think it also came from version I don't know which, but now we can work with AWS natively with S3 buckets. So will probably work if you just change here in your environmental file. Here's the environmental variable that says file system disk. And now if you switch this to S3, we'll probably use S3, and back to local, probably use local storage. And that's only two services that are supported natively by Laravel. There are other cloud services like Azure that support data storage, but Laravel natively works with S3 because the S3 bucket is the widely used one. It's most widely used. I think the Azure comes second after AWS, and I think third is actually Google Drive, which is sad, but it is. I have nothing against the Google, but for storing classified files, you shouldn't use Google Drive. But okay, let's just well, they just implement this switching between the different files, different file storages. I won't use native Laravel, we will build custom one. And to do this, a few things needs to be done. This file upload service will stay as it is. Various services, I think how to, never mind, this here. Services, here you go. It will stay the same, right, mostly, because we'll still saving everything to the database. This part won't change. We'll still need to assign the custom in-house name or internal name for a file, so this won't change either. But what will change is this part, because it won't be anymore. It won't be exclusively for AWS or S3, but we will actually inject the service we want. So this part will change, and everything else in this service will remain exactly as it is. I will leave this for now. Okay, I need to remove it later. Okay, so let's just do that. Then for that, I will do a few things. First, here in services, I will add new directory, and I will call it call it just upload or uploads. Usually I use upload. I use singular designations for my classes and my directories. So I'll call it just upload, and I'm gonna call here not directory. That will call handlers. Oh, just handler actually. Well, I will use okay, I will use title case. So let's just use title case then. Handler, and here we will have two handlers. And first is gonna be AW. Now let's just call it S3. I already have S3 service. This will be confusing. Let's just call it S3 handler then. Like this. It will handle uploads to AWS. And second one that I will call local handler or local storage handler. Let's call it that way. So local storage handler. Okay. And now another one, which is not class but the interface. Let's just name that interface. And we'll call it upload handler interface. Okay, which should be a contact that will hold all the methods that our handlers needs to implement. And now let's just create methods. So I will have 4 natively, or maybe 5. Let me just check. First will be public function, and will be store. Just check something to see. Basically I need to file name here, and file path should be enough. Yeah, let's just use those. So string file name. I need also fileable to upload. Do I need fileable? No, fileable just needed for the, yeah, for file name will have basic fileable, and string path. That's it. And it will return, so store actually will return, it should return boolean saying that file is stored or not. That's the first one. Second is gonna be public function retrieve. Basically we're building CRUD here. That's a CRUD basically. And we'll just take file name, and we will return string. It will be basically file string. Maybe I could, no, it should be fine, so just put it here. And now public function delete, also file name should be enough. Return boolean is deleted or not. Public function update. Actually store will automatically call update on the handler, so I don't need to expose it outside. If we're gonna update file, we're gonna store it, and if we add a functionality, if previous file is still there, it's gonna be automatically deleted. So yeah, basically we don't need have update. We need just store, retrieve, delete, and we're gonna need sign. We will be able to sign of files, or I say let's just have signed URL for a file. I'll also just need file name for that signing, and that's it. This is our methods now. Let's just implement this interface. Let's check store, retrieve. Do I need update, or maybe must delete? In theory, in the realistic systems, I may need must delete or multiple delete, or delete by index. Actually, that will also work. Let's call it like this. Let's call it delete single. But actually, I can demonstrate how to distribute it. So delete single, or just delete actually. Go delete single file, and have another one. We call public function delete by index. Here I'll just have index, that's all. Index, I will also return boolean if all files are deleted. Okay, so signed URL, and that's it. So let's just now do a first size S3 handler, because we already have S3 implemented here as a service for uploading files to AWS. So let's just go to our handler now, S3 handler, and implements this interface. Upload handler interface. There are necessary methods, the concrete classes to implement, and those are these. And now I'm just gonna inject here construct, and now I'm just going to inject actually my S3 service private S3, this one, and just call it S3 because this service is going to depend on S3. I'll actually work with S3 service beneath to interact with AWS. Okay, actually I may just do everything here and delete this service completely. Let me just check what runs with the logic. Create is actually restore B. I can just actually now move this logic to S3 handler because this service, all files handle uploads will now go to handler. So I don't need this service anymore. So I just move the code to handler now. Let me just check. So store. And this now is gonna be S3 client. And just call it client. Here, file name is called key. Here, okay, I'll just rename this to file name now because this is gonna be used widely. And now we're just gonna need to inject the bucket here also for this one. Private bucket. It's gonna be default empty string. Actually, I don't need to put anything here, just private bucket. Actually, let's just put empty string here. Empty string and this bucket. Actually, I just copy the line from S3 Henderson. S3 service, I don't have to look for it. It's this one. Okay, so that's it. Now it becomes redundant. Makes sense because it's automatically injected to constructor. Okay, so this is it. And now everything I need have here. Now this store replace on this service because now I have handlers except the actual service. So I just do everything for all other. So get will be retrieved now. Let's go to my handler and just replace this empty line with this one. I'm also gonna have to rename this to file name now because this is not anymore the specific for S3 bucket, it's general for uploads. Delete, did I implement delete? I think I did. Did I? Yeah, I did, okay. So handler, we have now delete here. Delete by index I didn't, but I'm gonna implement it after I do rest of the methods. Okay, and now I'll have list. That's a retrieve multiple. I may actually do that. I'll just do signed URL now. First, I don't think I'll need list. I just skip it. Okay, so says the handler. This is signed URL now. And it's TTL, that's fine. This is gonna be file name now. And yeah, I'll just adjust this one, also gonna be TTL. It will be string, I think. No, it's gonna be integer actually. TTL is gonna be integer. But for AWS I need to convert it to the string because general need integer here. So it's gonna be integer TTL. I could put just integer or string, this could be fine, but I just can't have it unified and be integer. And now I'm gonna have to convert this one for AWS, okay? So I'll just put integer here, TTL. Now that integer needs to be converted to AWS format. This by index I will implement it after this. So just this private function convert TTL. And I'll have this now integer. I need to convert it to string. Integer TTL and return string. That's what's correct. Okay. And now just do conversion. So TTL is integer. This will be in seconds. So I need to convert this to minutes. How am I going to do that? Very simple. It will be seconds. Yeah, it will be seconds. So TTL min. TTL. Actually, EFC means as like a minimum, so it's minutes. I just put it exact word. Minutes equals TTL, and it will be exactly with second size times 60. And now I need to just return string. Now I want to convert this to. I just need to return string. Return just printf non-formatted string. Why doing that? Oh, because I have returned. Let's go in Mario. No, it's gonna be it's not gonna be like this. Actually, it will be like this because for AWS you need to put this plus sign or minus sign. It will always be plus, and it will be like this, and it's gonna be in minutes then. And it's gonna be TTL minutes, and that's it. This will now convert this TTL from the integer in seconds to the basic string in minutes. That needs to be passed. Informant needs to pass it to AWS. So just this TTL, I'll just put this method here, this to convert TTL, and I'll just add TTL there. That's it. Okay, now I'll have this, that's it, and now I'll do it by index. I make sure I implement list too, so let's just see it. Store, retrieve, delete, just call it list here. And let's just go here, delete by index sign. I'm just gonna auto retrieve and put another function list, and we're gonna list them by index, just by index. Actually, let me just put this index as nullable one, and it's gonna be null by default if it's null. And yeah, it's gonna return array. That's good guess by PHP storm. Oh, it's gonna be returned. Okay. So you need to go to this method implements it and just add this method. To the class that implements it and just add this method list. Here we go. It will go up after retrieve. Just to, and always in classes, public functions should go before private ones. Okay, so that's it. I don't need simple method. I will just copy method from the. Actually, it's gonna be by index. Just what I implement in this tree here. Yeah, it was basically prefix was the index, so it was the same. And I just filter the contents and add return an item of key, just item key. Okay, that was it. Just filter the good one. Return contents array, static return item with key. Yeah, that's fine. It's gonna be just array of keys then. Okay, let's go back to my handler. I already have list, so I'm just gonna copy paste it here. That's it. And now what's missing is delete by index. I'm gonna implement now. After that, I'm going to implement this or this for local storage. Okay, so let's just do delete by index. Now first I need to have list files by index, which is gonna be list of keys. So files equals this to get a list, and I need to pass this index here. So it's gonna be all the files, keys. And now The AWS has the method for that. AWS examples PHP. I think it's delete manual or something like that. I need to check it. I don't know anymore. Delete objects. That's one. And accepts. I think just list of keys. Yeah, just keys. Bucket name and objects are actually just list of array of subarrays of the represent objects basically, and have keys here. So I already have keys and just create objects and each one for this key. So this is files are actually keys, which is called but we'll do file names here, like to be more consistent. This is actually array of keys. I need to convert this to this array of subarrays. So subarrays, which let's just call it they're not objects, key arrays. Let's call it like that. Key array equal is gonna be empty, and now I just need to convert that this for files into key array. So for each file name and file name, so basically our key is gonna be key array next equals array, and is going to be key to file name exactly. But this is now key array, and now I just need to call this delete on the result equals this to client to delete object is correct, then needs to bucket and also need keys, so this is gonna be key array. That's it. And now what I'm going to return, it's still delete marker or it's something else. Let me just check the object quickly, check the method parameter syntax. Let me just check objects required, and objects are bucket and delete required objects. Let me just check. So this is not correct. Bucket delete. Yeah, I need to delete. I need to put objects inside all of these objects. So this is not how it goes. It goes to bucket and also goes delete here. And this needs to have another subarray, and this needs to have objects, and now it's key array. That's it. So this contains all the objects need to be written by the keys, and all these objects with keys are added here for the objects. Now that is correct. Let me just double check. Yeah, I have delete, I have objects, and this is just array of subarrays before it contain keys. Object needs to be deleted. And let's check the result syntax. Delete marker for each file. Oh, okay. So delete deleted and delete marker for each file. I wanted I won't do anything special here. I just want to know that all files are deleted. So delete marker contains deleted for all files. Okay, now let's just do it like this. Then no result yet. So delete markers. Delete markers equals result to delete marker. That's it. It's now actually let me just check how they are composed. They are booleans. Maybe just doing it like this. I can do one liner here for delete markers. Return no in array. Delete markers false. Now it's all other way around. False delete markers. That's the one. Why you put me that? Alright, trust an argument. It needs to be strict. This is one other thing that PHP stain is gonna complain about if you don't do it. So basically, strict no in array false, not true. Okay, that's it. That's strict. Okay, so basically, if there's no array, there's no false in this array, which means all of them be deleted. So this is gonna be true. And if there is false in the delete marker, this is gonna be true, and in vertex is gonna be false. So there's not all deleted. And if it's true that there is no false in the array, which not this not should be returning array. No, it's okay. So if there's in array false, then this should be false, right? Because there is a false in array. If there is array no falses, just truth, then this could be false, and this is what is gonna be true because false is not in array. That's correct one, and this is it. Now, so this is how delete by index will work. Basically, just list all the files and put the keys from that index and delete them. That's it. And second URL is this, convert ETL is here. And now I just need to implement all of these methods for our local storage. So this is gonna implement Apple handler interface and just let's add everything. Needs to be added. And now we need to implement all this for local storage. First we need to see where the file is gonna be stored. Let me just see where it is stored natively by Laravel. This can check this on configurations. Thank you for suggestion. I need to go to configurations and need to say file system, and if we do local app private, that's where they're stored. So they will be here and they will be private here, as they should be. I just do this. Why is that way? I have no idea. I'm not gonna use the same one as is here. Maybe just this is just example one. Yeah, maybe just example one. Okay, now I'm gonna use something in storage. So I'll go to this in the storage, and here I'll just create a new directory. I'll do that programmatically, so I won't be doing it manually, but let's just call here in the file in our service up here. I just call this private const. And I'll just call this the base directory, and I'm just gonna put this, okay, base directory. Actually, no, I need to do this to constructor because it needs to inject it. So I'll just call it private, and it won't be const, it will be private string base directory or base dir. Let's call it base directory, and now that's it. And I'm gonna just the constructor here. I don't want to inject anything to the constructor. I'm just gonna inject the base directory directly from the storage path. And now let's do it like this and this. Now I'm actually going to need this and these two base directories. No, private. This the storage path. Actually, I can use this one of private, but I want just gonna use files here. I don't want to use multiple paths, so I just do it like this. Right, and this is gonna be it. And now I can start working with my files basically. So I will do store first. I have path where this temporary file located, and I do have a file name. That's all that I need basically. I need to also instruct the index for file name because I will need to create directory for the files it doesn't exist. So first for store, I'll have this private create base directory, and if it doesn't exist, I'm just gonna create it. And basically I do have path already, so I don't need anything here. Alright. So if no, there's a this complicated freaking thing. Oh, apologies. The for some reason PHP Storm does. No, this directory, this to base directory. Basically I can just make this directory, and now this is it. Yeah, for some reason PHP Storm forces this. I don't know why, but it does. So let me just do this then like this. Again, is noise directory, current directory, show runtime exception. I don't know why it does that, but it does. So basically my directory, if you can make directory, and if no is directory current directory, throw this. So basically that's it. And I don't even need to return anything here, because this is just gonna create the base directory. Right, so this is gonna be void, because this already creates it. And to I will handle this like a runtime exception. I'm gonna just put HTTP exception here, because I'm using HTTP exceptions for everything, because it's API. And let's just could not create base directory, and that's basically it. I don't need printf here, just string. Oh, okay, status code. This is gonna be 500, and message is gonna be could not create base directory. Alright, that's basically it. Okay, so that's it. Now I just add this, because for store this first one will be this to create base directory. And now this will assure that but I need to check this condition. If is directory, this to base directory, just return and do nothing. So basically if already created, don't create it again. So apologies, now I know this directory is created. Now I can proceed with storing the files. So first I need to extract the index from this. So index. So let's just make this another private method. Extract the index from file name. It's very good if your private methods are very descriptive, right? When you're writing the code, make public methods not a bit descriptive that much, but private methods should be extremely descriptive if you can make them that way, if you have will to make them that way. Okay, so file name, just string file name here, and I'm going to extract the index from here. Right, so okay, base directory, I'll have another one just a second. So file parts, file name parts is going to be, that separator is a bit wrong, like this, and it's gonna be return file name parts. It's gonna be the first one, so it's gonna be file name parts of 0, because index is gonna be the first one in that array, and it's gonna be string, yes. So index equals this to extract the index, and I put file name, and now it will be another method. It's gonna be just make directory. It doesn't exist. function create directory. Just base directory will be extension of this create directory. Okay, so I'll have this dir name. Right, so now if is directory dir name, not if is directory direct name, just return do nothing. And now I would love to put it this way, very deep world, but PHP Storm will listen to me. Now I need to do this and just another check if directory is made, but I need to do it like this because this will be error. So I can't do it anywhere else. So okay, permissions not 05, recursive true, if no directory, runtime exception. This will basically ensure directory is created. And now it's directory created. Basically here I only have dir name, so I don't need to do that. I will just return check if it will work like this. So I'll just do make directory here, and like this, return is directory, and we're just gonna be dir name. It won't work. This is pretty fine. So this will create directory and this will return directory. But why are you forcing me to do this? Never mind. So just do this, and this is true. I will just return the same condition, and we are done with it. Is directory dir name. But no, why? Alright, boolean. But no, not just dir name. I need to concat them, right? So I need to do this if directory. So dir name needs to be actually concat here. So I will just here. Why? I will just here. Why are you doing this? I understand the logic behind this because probably because of this. I just remove this for now. Did I do something wrong here? I did. I deleted the closing statement of the method. Okay, closing brackets. I need to concat them, right? Because I need to create now subdirectories. Let's just call this create subdirectory. Maybe better. So to create the, I need to concat them to parent directory. So I will just replace here dir name equals, and now printf is gonna be this to be directory dir name exactly. So if this directory already exists, return, and now everything's fine, and now just gonna return. Actually, now I was gonna return an entire directory string. So I'm just gonna return this dir name now. So entire directory string is gonna be returned. Because now this is true exception, directory is not made, so this is fine, and now it's gonna be string here. And if it's dir name, I'm just gonna return the dir name, right? Just a second. I need to now do it like this actually. I just cut. No, I can't. Okay, so if it's dir name, I'm just gonna return dir name again, and that's it. So if it's this already, just return it. That's it. If not created, then return dir name again. So now it's gonna create it and return dir name. Again, so set to see here if I have a base directory. Actually, no, I can't concat this too. I can actually just start this, but I won't, and that's it. And now index, and now I have this is gonna be full path, and this is gonna be this to create subdirectory, and I have index here. Okay, so let's just no, I'm gonna create them. So this is to create now base directory doesn't exist. It's gonna create subdirectory for index. It doesn't exist already, and now I just need to put my file in that subdirectory. So I need to put it from the path. Now I know that everything this exists, so I just need to put file, put contents. Actually, no, I just need to move uploaded file. So I just use that method. So I'll call it, I think move uploaded file should be here. Yeah, it is. I think this should work. If not, there's also I think it's called move method in PHP that does that. But I'll just call move upload the file from. Wait, which one is first? String from string two. So string from is path, string two is full path. That's fine. What can you return? Boolean. Perfect. And that's it. Now this is move permanent file, temporary file to the permanent location. To the permanent location, and now my file is gonna be saved. Znači base directory is gonna be created. If that doesn't exist, we're gonna create the index. If it doesn't exist, this is gonna be should be subdirectory in this case, and we're not gonna remove our file from the original path to the full path. I just need to yeah, okay, that's basically it. We're gonna return this file from the original path to the full path. But no, that's not it basically. Just check. I just create a file name and it's got the index. And this will actually move the file from the original path to the full path. But full path doesn't have an index name here. Doesn't have a file name here. So basically I wanna put in this file for this file name. So this is subpath. Now I'm getting a little bit with the namings. So base directory full path is basically now just pointing to the directory slash index, so subdirectory needs to go. I still need to create a file when I'm gonna put I'm gonna move this one. Move uploaded file will work theoretically, but it will work move the temporary file, so I'm not gonna use this one. And instead that I'm gonna use the subdirectory. Now this is full path. Okay, it's called this full direct path. This is full directory path now. So full directory path. And now I will create another one that we call full path. Full file path. Well, no, just call it full path. And this is gonna be exactly not that one though. It's gonna be full directory path slash my file name. It's gonna be I'm gonna just use printf here too. Full directory path, which is this one, and this is gonna be my file name now. Now this is gonna be now directory, subdirectory, and that long string of the random integer and time and extension. So this is now my full path to the directory. And now I just need to move the file from the path to that path. And I think there's a method PHP is called move. No, it's not. I think it's copy. Yeah, it is. So I need to copy it from the path to full path. Yeah, that's it. I think it also returns boolean. It does. So I will call this copied. Copied. Did I call it correctly? I think I did. And I'm just gonna unlink the path. It will be unlinked on its own because this is the basically temporary file, but I'm gonna return link it like this. And now I'm just gonna return copied, and I will link it only if the copy is successful. So if copied equals like this, I'm gonna link it. Like this, and that's it basically. Now if that's true, I'm gonna just have to copy it, and this is gonna be basically my store. So this is again base directory, it doesn't exist. Create path directory, doesn't exist, and create full path from that. Just adding file name, and now copy from the temporary to the permanent storage, and unlink temporary file and return copied. That's all the ones I need to do here. Now let's just implement all and then I'm gonna test them. Now retrieve is actually pretty simple. File name will contain index here always, so basically I need to just construct now my full path here. So full path equals, and this is gonna be yeah, this is gonna be like this. File name, so I just need to basically, this is gonna be with the index, so basically I just need to this to storage path, this to base directory slash file name, because file name will have index, so slash index slash file name. This is gonna be full path, and just now I'll just do with a bit of logical check, and this is gonna be if, or it will be sanity check if no file exists full path. So basically maybe there's no such a file. This is gonna be exception, and it's gonna be status. This is basically will be from the bed request, so this is gonna be 400, and it's gonna be file not found. Yep, that's it. And if it does exist, this, remember this returns the contents of the file, so I need to return file get contents full path exactly. So this is return content of file, whatever that is. So that's it. Now list from the index. As you remember, list needs to return list of the file names. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I have my index, so basically I need to return all files from the index. So again, so now this is directory path. Printf, this is the base directory index exactly. Again, if do it a bit different. No, this is directory path. This is again gonna be data, and I found is gonna be actually requested, so this is gonna be bad request. If it does exist, now I need to restrict all the files. Now let me just check the file names with extensions. I think this should be it. So this is file names, and it will be I think it's called scan directory direct path. But I need to do another one. This is gonna return an array of files in that path, and I need to do array filter here. This is gonna be array, and I need to have function. I'm gonna do just now. This is gonna be file name, because I don't expect that my files have subdirectories. I won't go this kind of branching here, because this could be directory. If I have blob here, if I do file scan, this could also get to directories. So I need to check if it's directory, then I need to start from that directory, but that's already different index. I'll keep it simple, so index and files, that's it, there's no subdirectories here. File name, yeah, that's exactly what I need from you. File name not equals data not, because this could be root from this one, and I declare this static because I can. And if this is correct, I just actually can, this is gonna be another array of files. I can just return this. I don't need anything else, and that's it. Why I keep doing that, start doing this. Okay, that's it. Now I'm just gonna, from the index, gonna build my full directory, right? And now I won't have this nullable, because AWS, I didn't handle that case, and I could handle that case with AWS, but I don't think if I send empty index I have to test this. So I mean I can handle it here. Maybe I want to have this opportunity with AWS. Then I have to make sure that this is not nullable from the method itself. So let's do it like this text bit then. So basically just cover this case first. So I have my base directory index and make sure this is directory, and then I just scan data, which is return list on or array of all file names including root. So I just need to filter then all that's root and that's well current directory and previous directory markers needs to be removed. So just these two are gonna be removed, or the file is gonna be returned, and this is it. I apologize. So basically, what if the index is null? If index identical to null, what now? I know the base directory exists because basically I know it exists because file cannot be created if the base directory is not created. So I know this will exist. I don't have any index, so basically I will return all contents of the directory. But this really gets complicated because my structures should be base directory, index, and then files. So I need to get all the files for all the indexes from there. So, well, I just do it then. My scan directory, first scan directory, will get only directories. So let's just call this first file names, and let's do this as an empty. Now first is gonna be dirs, and this is gonna, oh, let's call it subdirs. Oh, subdirectories, it's fine. Yeah, this is gonna be the scan this base directory, but I need to already filter this. Again, like up there, like this, and function. This is gonna be string, and this is gonna be subdirectory. I can do it like this, but let's keep consistent. So subdirectory return subdirectory not equals, and that's it. So like this subdirectories, and now for each subdirectory, subdirectories, a subdirectory. Right, now I need to again scan directory, but this is now there's gonna be file names. Equals basically again scan directory. Now array filter scan directory. Let's just check subdirectory. So basically I scanned all subdirectories here. So I have all subdirectories in base directory. Now this needs to be sprintf s/s, and this is gonna be this to base directory / subdirectory. Yeah, that's it basically. Why? Because I need to I have only list subjects. I need to concat it to base directory to get a full path. Now when I have full path, now I can filter all file names, which is not these two. Let's make this static again, and this is static. Static will just save some time basically. It's just the same resources. It's nothing that important. If you leave this non-static, it's perfectly fine. You won't do anything too bad. And now they have all my file names. But not like this. Let's just go file names equals, and now I'm gonna put this new line. This is gonna be new array. This is gonna be returned, not like this, like this. This is gonna be returned array. Just gonna go with, I'm gonna extract this array, and also it's going to I'm gonna also extract the file names initial one. This is just gonna be adding new sub values to the initial values, so all file names gonna go there. So I don't have my file names, and now I need just to return these file names, right? So just return file names here. After all subdirectories, all file names are put into this file name array. I just need to return file names, and that's it. That's if the index. Just do something like this. Subdirectories. Just group it like this, okay. And now file names, and this is if the no index, so they will get all subdirectories, get all files and put them all in the sum array and return everything that's indexed. So this will return all file names. But if there is a index, it's gonna return only index for this file name, for this one. So for this specific index, let's check. This is basically the same as this one. But okay, I'll leave it like this. It will be one line, so I just leave it like this. Yeah, just leave it like this. Maybe I can put a bit more formatting in this one. So put like this and like this. Oh, that's basically it. Scan directory. Yeah, that's the first one. That's the second one. So much array filter. Yeah, this array filter actually will have the last one, which will go here, and that's it. Okay, so this is basically it. How this will work? This is list. So we'll return all the files if there's no index. If it is index, we return just the files for that index. File names. Okay, now delete the one, just specific one. This is just unlink. So this is file name. File name contains the index, so also we'll create full path first. This is gonna be this. Let me just extract this to the specifier method. This is full path. This is full dir path. So let's just call this private get full path. File name, yeah, that's correct. And I'll just paste this here. So full path is based on this file name, which file contains index. Just this sanity check here, and now we're gonna return full path. That's it. And now I can just replace this with get full path. And file name. That's it. And I just need to, yeah, of course, full path. I could make this one liner, but I won't. I will leave it like this. Okay, so that's it. And now I just add this one here to delete, because I want to get that basically I now have this file as a full path, and I just need to, I know it exists because this will check if it exists. And now I just need to unlink this full path. This should return boolean. It does, and just return this. That's it. Now I just unlink my file. This will return boolean if it is or isn't deleted. This one's going to be interesting one, because we need to create the signings manually here. We can use signings for AWS. We actually might use signings for AWS here, but this will bring dependency. We don't want that dependency. So we will create a signings manually. We're gonna use our tokens for this. Okay. I hope you can still hear me alright. I forget I can hear myself, so I forget it too quiet. Well, you can just turn on the volume, I guess. And volume for the next time. Okay. Now, delete by index is also pretty simple. I just need to get all files on that index and basically unlink them. So basically, now I need to create the directory path. So create subdirectory. This is basically gonna create subdirectory. I think I'll get full path. Now I'll add another one, private function. Get full directory. This is gonna be file. This is actually gonna be index, not file name. Okay, this is gonna be fine. Get full path, get full directory path. Let's call it like this. So Oh, that's full. Oh, it's fine because full directory path will be part of subdirectory with index. A full path is a path with file name. So I basically introduce these two kinds of namings. So full directory path. Let's call it just full dir path and directory path. Let's just call it this way to be verbose. This base data index, yes, and now I just need to make the sanity check. If no is directory, full directory path, sure, exception directory not found, that's fine. And now I just need to return full directory. This is it. And now I'm just gonna. Did I actually use this? No, I didn't. I didn't use that. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this one, and I'm just gonna get full directory path. I just call it full dir path here equals this get this to get full directory path, and basically now I'm just gonna put index here, and that's it. Now I have directory path. So now I need to get all the files inside this path, so all the file names equals now actually, yeah, I filter scan directory full directory path, and now I just need to remove the ones that I don't need. This is, I have one comma more here. Okay, what's wrong with this picture? Let's save this one. No, that's not the wrong one. Let me just check what it says. Continuous for reading. I somewhere used the. I didn't use open brackets anywhere. Let me just remove this one and leave this. Yeah, because why did use this I don't know, so I need to just use this function. This one, that's it basically. I don't know why I use the conditional. Okay, that's it. So this is my file names, and now for each file names, file name and file names, I just need to unlink. That's actually correct, but I need to also check that file exists. No, I don't, because I know it exists. It's just scan them. Okay, so yes, but I'm gonna use different notation here, because basically I'm using formatted string anywhere else, so I'm just using it here to sprint. Yeah, of course you're doing that. I don't know why this JetBrains CDS started to do basically deleting the. When you do that, they will delete method names in front. I don't know, of even variables in this case. I don't know why. Maybe they think that's more convenient, but it really isn't. Okay, so yeah, now I need to add full path. No, or at least the base direct. No, not full directory path and file name. That's basically it. Now this is gonna link them, and now I just need to add array. No, just put unlinked. Deleted equals true. Equals false. Equals true actually. And now I can do it like this. Now I just put it here as a conditional. If unlink this one identical to false, now deleted is false. Now this will still keep unlinking all the files, but if you miss something, it will just get marker false here. And this is no unlink. So if this is false, oh no, it put false here. Okay, so if this is if fails at least one file, it will just put this deleted false. And now this return deleted will indicate were all files deleted or were they not deleted. So if everything goes well, this deleted will now be changed to false. and all files are deleted. So same logic for each is for AWS, just for internal. And signed URL. Now this is gonna be interesting because we need to create tokens for this one. Now I'm gonna. I know I put the adaptable token generator, but I don't want this to be adaptable. I only want to use the simple tokens for this. Yeah, that's it. Just simple tokens. So it is constructor. Now I'll need to inject something. Yay. Alright. So this is gonna be private. I think I call it simple token generator. But I think the generate will use require user. No, it doesn't work that way. Let me just check these two generator to generate. I think the generate gonna require user token here, which is basically fine because I don't need to create user token. So here I actually don't need. I need the repository, not generator. I need user token repository here. Repository, this one. Okay, now this I can create the token. I just need to add new token type to my well, token types. And this is gonna be user token constraints. Here I have the all this magic link and add another one. So public const type file sign and file signature. That's awesome. Okay, so file signature it's fine, and now I just need to return the duration. So this is gonna be file signature. I want my signatures to last. Now this needs to be customizable actually by TTL, and that's a problem. I'm just gonna put this. Oh, apologies. For beginning, let's put this 20 times 60, so 20 minutes. It's last 20 minutes. Now length. I'm gonna have a longer length. I actually gonna put this, let's put it 300 characters. Some of this signature to be very long. Okay, now I have these tokens, and now I also need just one thing I need to do here is generate this token. And I need to create URL to that file. I think I can do that. I think the Laravel has the way to create a link to that file. Okay, so let me just go and then I go back to my handler, and now I can, without many issues, create the token. So signed URL. This is actually gonna be signature. Signature. Let's go signature token for beginning. This is gonna be now this to token repository. This token repository to create, and it needs to have user because this user token repository. This is gonna belong to user. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now let me see. Theoretically, this will belong to user, but this will belong to file. So it needs to call relationship to uploaded file. And now this is the problematic because I need to extend my logic for the token generation a bit so I can accommodate different models. So this is no longer the just user needs to be able to accommodate files, which means I will need to change my relationship to the. I will need to change my relationship to the basically to the morph relationship here. Before I start doing that, let me check if there's an easier way to do this. And it is. I'm just gonna create another table. I won't be using these tokens. I'm just gonna return another table called file signatures with relation to the files table, and it's gonna be nullable because my AWS objects won't have signatures, at least not here. And my local will be in cloud. They'll be stored in cloud, and my basically local signatures will have relations to my files. And that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just create the locally everything because I'm not gonna reuse this. It's more simple to create a simple signature and separate the signature table. Then the adjust the logic for the signatures existing tokens to work with signatures. Because I could do that. If I will do that, I will need to modify my user token. I will need to basically modify the single relationship to the morph relationship. That would be the first way, and this would then signature will be able to take any model in. This issue may not be that big of the deal, but let's just a second, I need to check this. Oh, nothing important. Okay, now, but let's just return, create new table with the whole file signatures, right? So let's just do that. So I'm just gonna make model first. Say like this, make model. I'm gonna call it signature, and I'm gonna create migration too. Cell is okay. Cell up. I forgot to run my containers. Okay, cell up. Now, if it has any errors, this will return. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any syntax errors. Okay, so now I can do cell artisan make model control signature, and I also need migration for that one. Okay, now I have my signature model and signature migration. Let's go edit migrations immediately. I won't be any timestamps. I'm just gonna go immediately on my file on my signature model and just put timestamps to false. I think that's a protected or public. I'm not really sure. Timestamps equals false. It's public, obviously. Let me just check on the. Yeah, it's public. Okay, public timestamps equals false. I won't have timestamps here, and just remove this. But I will have date time. Oh, just a timestamp actually. Stamp connect. Is there timestamp? There is timestamp, and it's gonna be created that. Yes, that's it. And now I will have expire set. Also timestamps. Expire set is not nullable, and I will have of course I will have signature itself, and I will have also another one, integer, and it'll also be duration, so I will know how much is duration signature without actually calculate, because I will have duration, then I will calculate that expires that. Actually, I don't need duration. I'm fine with these ones. And now I have a signature, and that's it for yeah. I need to have an assigned integer. This is gonna be an assigned integer, and this is gonna be file ID. And this is gonna be nullable actually, because no files will have this, so this is nullable. And now I have table 4 and file and D references ID on files. That's actually correct. And on delete cascade, another mentioning, so because I mentioned this so much, you know that it's very important. Always put cascading in your databases. it will save you, I wouldn't say sea, I will say ocean of troubles when you have to delete the objects from database, especially if deleting users. We usually have tons of relations. If you do your cascadings correctly, then your database will cascade immediately like a wave that ripples. You have that user that's a point, or to the entire database the wave will go when everything is cascading, like a dominoes basically. Everything's gonna cascade in your database when you delete the user on everything. That's if everything relationships are cascaded correctly, right? If they're not, then you're in trouble. If you are, then it's going to be fine. Of course, if you don't want to delete something, then don't put this cascading here. Of course, there might be some records you're gonna keep. You wanna keep, so you won't cascade them. But this is basically what cascading that does. If the main file is deleted, the relation is also deleted. So if here if the file is deleted, signature is gonna be deleted. That's cascading. And we'll have indexes here. For foreign keys are indexes by their own. I may index this signature file. So table to index, I think is this doing Laravel. Yeah, index, and I'm gonna just signature is gonna be indexed. It will be indexed because I'm gonna be searching. I'll actually hide this issue because I'll probably need to rename this to text, not because it will be 300 characters. I'll try to do it like this. If it fails, then I'll just a string. I think I can put a size here also. A length maybe. No, what this string does. It has some sub methods. There is a length here. What's the default length if there's nothing put in there? Let me check. Column string, compact, var name length, add column, column, add column. Yeah, there's no really way to track this that well, so I'll just put the our add length here, and I'm gonna put my signature is gonna be 300 characters. So I put 300 characters here, basically, and 300. Or maybe you can just use the token constraints. Will I still keep this as a two token constraints? Well, yeah, I'll keep this in the same file as a constraints for other tokens. Signature is also gonna be here. No, actually, yeah, I just thinking again. No, I won't coop it. No, coop it. Won't keep it here. I'm just gonna remove these ones, and I remove this one, and I'm going to file its signature itself as a model, and I'm gonna put constants here. So public const duration, and this is going to be. Now I can actually I can now dynamically create duration here. I will just put the length as a basically the default one, which is going to be length, public const length, just length, and this is going to be 300 characters. Length, I think that we name this length. Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is it. And now I can just go here and put whatever length is on the file model. So file and length here. I'm gonna put this as a private, not file, signature. Yeah, that's it. Signature length, basically. Whatever I put there, now it's gonna be here when you created the table, and that's it. Foreign is put and drop if it doesn't exist. Perfect. I can just now create this. So with PHP, not PHP, cell, artisan, migrate. And this, no, there's an error. What's wrong? Incompatible. Why? Oh, right. That's why. Not unassigned integer, unassigned big integer. Now it should be compatible. Yeah, no, still error. Why? Why you do that, Laravel? Why you create tables when they're not created in the fullest when you have errors? Okay, let me just go in my project now, tables, and first I need to drop the signatures. And I'm gonna drop this. Yeah, just drop now. And what's wrong? Huh? That's something new. Alright, let's just ignore this. And crash my workbench. Oh, great. There's some incompatibility with Windows. I'm just gonna run it and try it again, I guess. Oh, I did? Remove it, it just crashed after that. Yeah, I'll just follow this, look at these migrations. It didn't put migration still here, so that's fine, I guess. Now let's just try and migrate this one more time. And now it worked. Alright, so I have my signatures now. Here we go, and let me just, actually I can see that, and okay, Unicode C. For your just want to keep quick notice here, maybe you guys know, maybe you're not interested at all, but why actually is this correlation and what's its Unicode C? Apologies. If I check my table here, I'll just call the table information. This is table information. Just take my entire project information. There should be some kind of correlation. Yeah, there is, and this checks default set. And if I name unte fossa, maybe this correlation unte. Whoa, whoa, that's another good one. But I shouldn't cause much problems, so I just leave it like this. So what a correlation var Charkset. Charkset is basically the group that of characters, let's call it that way, that we apply to database. So some UTF-8, some maybe 4 is basically supports this kind of encoding. This is basically encoding standard. Supports pretty much all the characters. There are some characters that are not supported, but pretty much all of them are supported in Unicode. And so now correlation is basically just tells you about some kind of subset on basically more specific encoding on this default char set. I'm saying this is AIC, I think it's fine. This may be the newer one, but usually is this Unicode C, right? UTF-8 is the basic char set of the characters, and the basic encoding itself is this correlation. And usually you're gonna use Unicode for everything because Unicode supports almost all the characters. But this AIC, maybe it's something new, I don't know, maybe supports some new type of characters that emerged that I'm not familiar of, but I'm just gonna leave this as a default, there's no reason to change it. And correlation is Unicode C here, for table, but for database, maybe there is some kind of reason why schema is AIC. But this Unicode C is the correlation because Unicode, which is basically characters encodings, because every character has a specific encoding in different phenotypes. So Unicode supports them, almost all of them. So you want to use Unicode always when you're creating a databases, right? Some type of Unicode you want to use, and definitely UTF-8. And before UTF, this is basically the set of characters that's going to be used. UTF contains almost all the characters you can imagine, and MB4 adds the emoticons, more or less, some type of emoticons, images, like emoticon-like images added in before. Without this MB4, the emoticons, smileys, for example, won't be supported. The database is gonna be strangely encoded. You'll see these strange characters because it's nothing before. If it's unique UTF-8 and before, then everything's gonna be encoded. If encoded is not alright, all the characters that a database can't recognize with specified correlation or specified char set will be these strange characters you see. Then you have to encode them manually in your scripts, which can be really pain in the behind to do if you want. So make sure that your database char set is always correct, because changing char set later can also be pain in the behind if it's not correctly picked up at the beginning. But I digress. Basically, now my signature is created, the migration is here, and I have my files, and now signature. I also have my signature that basically have relation to this file, which is basically two files I'm gonna use. Let me just check my file stable, my signature stable again. Yeah, this is file ID, which is gonna be foreign key, should be foreign key. Let me just check that too, real quick. So I'm gonna guess this one, they have foreign keys, and file ID is foreign. References ID. Well, I can see that that's basically on the files. So, as I said here, and also file ID should be index, because all this is signature and this is file ID and this is a primary. The primary key is always index, and foreign keys are also indexed in the. This is this one that I manually added when I created the signature. And now signature is varchar 300. This should be enough, but I'll see. I just put it on 300. I can just reduce the size of my signature if it's too large. Okay, now I have my signatures, and I'll create my signature repository. Alright, it will stand base repository, and it will have protected cons, not length though, but model. And not public, but protected. Yep, and it's gonna be signature that class. That's it. And now I'll have public function create. Okay, and now to create signature, I need to have file. The signature is going to be created, so it's going to be file, and it's going to be. I need to have TTL here when it's going to expire, and I'm just going this integer expire scene. I'm not going to TTL. It's going to be a little bit more verbose here, and that's it. And now this is gonna be called from my file calendar service to create signature, but I'm just gonna create a logic here for that signature. Now, okay, so this is gonna be integer in the seconds here. So basically what I need to do, I just going signature equals new signature. Fine. Oh yeah, I forgot to do something. On signature can have only one file, so it's gonna be public function belongs to now public function file, and now this is going to be return this to belongs to, and it's going to be file class. I like to specify all the basically foreign key, all the keys. So file ID is a foreign key, unknown key is going to be ID, like this. I have to specify all this. It's not necessary if your keys foreign key is named same as your method. That then it's not necessary, but I have to specify it. And this is going to be return belongs to. right, like this. So that's it. All right. My signature, I won't need to return file. Actually, I won't need to file from the signature. So I will just go back to my file class. We won't need to return signature from the file. Let me just check. I will need to get file from the signature, but I don't think I will ever need to get signature from the file. So I will won't do reverse relationship on the file object, at least not for now. So let's just go back to my signature repository, and now I can basically disconnect to signature just to remove this hyphen here, this underscore. I just call it underscore here, and now signature. Oh yeah, I forgot one more thing to do, and I need to just so I can type hint everything, or I just need to add here the properties on the, because Laravel doesn't require properties on the exact model, so I need to define them here. Property integer ID, property what I have, it's gonna be string, created that. Okay, now I have property, I think also expires that, not this one. I need to exact signature. And I think that's it. I didn't add anything else, I believe. Yeah, that's, there's a file. Yeah, I'll just add file here. Create that. Expires at signature ID. Expires at signature ID. And now just property, and it's gonna be file. And it's just gonna be file. Like this. Because when files are loaded, you can dynamically call them from the objects. If they're not loaded, you need to call the, because Laravel uses lazy loading. If you don't specify, it needs to be eager. So what's the difference between lazy and eager? Lazy loaded only when it's needed, and eager is loaded immediately from database. So that's the difference. And by default, Laravel uses lazy because lazy is better to use by default if drains less memory resources. But of course, sometimes you need to have eager loading, because have everything lazy, some sequences can be more damaging than the even worst. Basically, both of them won't be that damaging, but worse than actually have it lazy in some cases. But lazy is the best default setting always. Better, much better than eager as a default. Okay, so now I can put everything here. Now signature, I need to generate signature now. I do have my token generators. Apologies. But those generators, apologies again, won't really work here. So I need to generate this signature manually. Now this signature can be literally anything. But now if I wanna control the length, I need to generate it myself. And I somehow need to reuse this logic from the token generator, from the simple token generator. It has generator, but it uses user token, and it doesn't need user token actually. So I can just fake this token basically here. I mean, it will work. I can just instantiate new token and fake it, and I will get my signature from this as a simple generator. So I'll just do that basically here. So signature will always use simple generator, so I don't need to use the interface. Like this. And private simple token generator, like this. So this signature equals to generate, say if return string, okay. Generate, now I need to have this expires in as an integer, which is fine, but doesn't its user. And I'm just gonna fake this user because the user is never used here for anything. So I just could put here new user. Like this. No, no user token, no apologies, user token. Like this. So just fake it and send it empty user token, right? Because the generator won't do anything with that token. This is basically mainly for the GVT generators. But as a contract, it needs to be integrated because generators can use or length or user token, right? But all of them will have passed users by the default, so user needs to be passed because this is switched dynamically, as you remember. So logic needs to be that way that user is always passed because if I dynamically switch it to the different generator, then this generator won't immediately stop working if there's no user here. So okay, not this generator won't work. Where you are? This generator won't work without user, right? So I need to put user there. Okay, so that's it. That user, I just faked the user here on this my signature repository, and now I just get the signature generated. Now signature to create that will be carbon now. Let's put this now here. Like this equals now equals carbon, and I just use now here. This should work because the create is datetime object, so it will work fine like this. And now signature to expire that. It's gonna be now. I'm gonna reuse this now. And yes, at seconds it's gonna be expire scene. That's it. And I have now signature created the expire set. I only need to add my file now. So signature to file to associate, and it's gonna be this file. And I'm now signature save and return signature. That's it. That worked was just fine. And this is it, and I took a generator with specific use because I don't want to change this to any generator that's change it dynamically. So I'm not using interface here because this is always gonna be simple generator. Okay, now when I have this, I have everything I need to basically create silent URL now because I can't have my signatures. Just a second, the duration. Put the length by duration. I will also put duration on the file actually. On the signature, public constant length and public const duration. And this is gonna be in seconds. It wanna be the same as the one for the AWS, so it's gonna be 20 times 60, so 20 minutes. And I think when I actually adding this for AWS now, I can just use the same as I used here. So let me just go to my AWS signature handler, so this is it, and I'm gonna use both durations same. So this basically signature yeah, I will gonna control duration of my signatures for my signature object now in my project. So instead this TTL, this one only have TTL here. So I'm gonna just remove this TTL here. Or maybe I will leave it and I will just add it as a TTL from the file when I'm creating them. I can do it like that. Okay, I will, this is just to keep this a little more dynamic, I will leave it TTL here. Okay, now from the, but I will use it conditionally, like this. If TTL is not set, then it's gonna be signature and it's gonna be duration, like this, right? So I'm just using conditionally. And now I think I need to adjust this. Yeah, I do. If it's not sent, it's gonna be nullable now. If it is not sent, it's gonna be signature duration, like this. And I need to do same adjustment to my local. Now this is also nullable, and if it's not sent, it's gonna be signature duration. So if I not send it, it's gonna use default one for the signature. Okay, that's basically it. And now I just need to create a signed URL. Now I have signature. It is going to be I need to inject this. Signature repository. I won't be using this as a token repository for anything here. Because I'm gonna use signature now, and it's gonna be signature repository to create. I need a file to be created. I can just load that file with file name here from the my files. So first I'm just gonna use also file repository here. Because unique files names is gonna be always unique for the files, so I could just load it here. So my file equals this to file repository. Okay, so fine. So first store 404. That's a fine. And file name to file name. I actually don't have to do it like this. I can do it like this. Okay. It is gonna be it. I need to load it by file name. If it doesn't exist, just throw exception. File model not found. And now the signature is gonna be. I need to type in this as a file. This will give me an error. Alright, now the file is basically file. And expires in is gonna be this TTL here. Now I have my signature, and now I just need to create URL. Now I think the Laravel has URLs. Let me just check storage. Let me just check. I need to basically create URL to that one, and of course URLs. I don't think they can point to storage. Now let me check how I'm gonna solve this one, because I wanna expose URL from my own. I will just create it now, but I think I'll have to modify this a little bit later, because it won't put storage URL to storage. That will fail. At least it should fail, because now this file needs to be inside assets. If I wanna create URLs to that files, it cannot be in the storage. If I just save them and serve them, then they can be from storage. That's not a problem. I'm actually gonna create URLs to the files, then they need to be somewhere else, not in the storage. Just check. I'll try, but I don't think that will work. Let's just check local system, how the Laravel does create stuff. Yeah, they actually do save them to storage, but But if I want to front, let me just check. I will create that. Actually, yeah, this will actually work because I will create for my local ones files. I'll actually expose them. Alright, I need to create the route first because the files I'm actually gonna expose to the route to API. Right, the route will have signature on it because and Laravel can create routes and make sure, yeah, I can get the route by name. Okay, there's a little bit more work and I'm getting hungry and it's like I didn't have my lunch yet. This is like now it's 5:30 p.m. here. Let me just put the placeholder for now. Here local storage handler. So I have my signature. Now what I need to return as a signed URL, I need to return the route actually. I need to return URL to a route basically. Now how Laravel does that, I even forget that. I think it's just the route. This will return URL to the route, I think. So my URL actually is going to be formed like this. Let me just do it like this route. Let me just see what this route does. Let me just use this route. And what you wanna do? Generate URL to name it route. Perfect. I'm gonna call my route well, file URL. Let's call it just file URL. Or just just call it file. No, I can't just call it file. It will be route name here. Just let's do this route name. And let's just do placeholder for now. I will replace it. It's gonna be route signed file or something like this. But I'll just put this placeholder here. And now I need to put my parameters, and that is exactly what I need here. And my parameters is going to be signature, and it's gonna be signature to signature actually. Expires that. It's gonna be signature to expires that. Yeah, I'll also do expires in, and this is gonna be when I generated. This is gonna be carbon now. To diff in seconds. And yeah, signature expires in, so diff to from now to whenever this expires in. So it's gonna be diff in seconds to that date, and that's basically it. This is gonna be URL, and I'm just gonna return this. Alright, so now I need to create this route, and this is gonna be now my signed URL. I create a signature, I created a route, and I'll add query parameters to the route. It's gonna be signature, expires in, expires out, expires in. It's gonna be basically my signature for that route. And I just return this URL. And this is where my file is gonna be exposed. Now I have my HTTP controllers, out user, file upload controller. Let's just call now file. Like this, and I just move my file upload controller here. And I'll also add new one. Now how to call this one? Signed file. Retrieve. I just call it retrieve assign it file controller. Let's call it like this, and that's it. It's gonna extend controller. And now I'm not gonna put any logic at the moment. I'm just gonna create the route here, and this is gonna be custom out users. It's gonna be files. Yeah, that's fine. And I now have another route here. It's gonna be get. Yeah, I need to have path parameter too because I need to have complete. Okay, let's just create the route. So it's gonna be files and URL, and this is gonna be file name here, and controller is going to be how do I call it? Retrieve signed file. Yes, it's fine. Controller class, and that's it. And I need to name it. It's gonna be route name. File URL is actually okay. Name. Okay, now let's call it file URL and file upload and public const file URL. Yeah, I'm gonna file URL, and it's gonna be just files and URL here. That's it. And now for my signature creation, let me go back to not repository, to storage and just check. I have parameters, I have name. Now I need to pass file name here. Now how this will work? Because I also need to pass my file name to my path parameters. The parameter needs to be into path. Now I'm not sure how Laravel does this. Does it put the first one into path, or maybe it checks for the named one? So if it's file name is the same as the file name here, it's possible then it will put this one into path as the file name here. Here, unless it will put that in query set, maybe. I'm not sure how Laravel works. I mean that's basically logical to me, but I don't know how it works. So I will know when I'll test it. So okay, and now this create a signature basically URL to that file, and it will add these additional parameters, almost same as AWS added. So we'll have our signature, we'll have any expires, and then how much times it required to expires, to have more information about signature. And that's it. Now we have all methods for both AWS and to our file handler, local file handler. And now only thing remains to actually apply all this logic is to go to our upload service, this one, and here instead of this, just here this private S3, we're gonna remove this, and it's gonna be upload handler interface, upload handler, and this is gonna be this to upload handler. It's not gonna be create, it's going to be, wait, how do you call this, store. I call it store, I did. It's gonna be store. And that's it, that's the only difference that I'll make here. But in my app service provider, I need to inject now stealth Laravel that the concrete he needs to inject for this handler interface is or the local storage or the AWS or S3 storage or S3 handler for this case. So let's just tell Laravel for now to inject the S3, we will check will this work with, but it should work. Actually, there's no need to tell him that. I'm just tell him to inject the local. You check my providers, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Here are my providers, up to this provider, and now same as I did with token generator, I need to go this to app to bind, and now I have upload handler interface, this one, and I'm gonna bind the local storage handler class. And now when I called this service, file upload service, here upload handler is going to be local storage class, and this handler is going to be called, and then all this store in this case is going to be applied here. And another change you need to do, that's on my event subscriber that I created instead of listener for some reason, but okay. Here on S3 I also inject this handler here, so instead of S3 I'm gonna inject upload handler interface, upload handler, and here is gonna be upload handler. I think the name or it is same, yeah, it is. And just TTL here, I'm not gonna use any TTL because I'm gonna use the default TTL for signatures. So if now call silent URL and I need my concrete local, I send a TTL, the default storage signature is gonna be used, and that's the one I want to use. So yeah, that's it. Now I'm not gonna test this from the two reasons. First, I still need to create my controller here to expose the files. Actually, I don't. I can test without it. That's the first weak reason. Strong reason is I'm getting hungry. That's a strong reason. Strongest that you can get. Yeah, I'm getting hungry, so I basically gonna finish my coffee and I'm going to go to eat. It'll be nice if somebody's here in the chat so we can chat until I finish my coffee, but there's nobody there at the moment, so yeah. I'm gonna chat. This is Surly 1996 with ask me, told me cheap UX on streambo.com. Remove the space. What space? Alright, the it. Remove the space and there's a 807KQ05 Epsilon R. I guess this is his ID there. His hashtag ID. So yeah, someone needs to buy the cheap viewers. So go to that URL, buy them. If you are cheap viewer, go there, offer your services. I hope you're not cheap viewer though. So don't go offer your services there. Maybe surely is the cheap viewer, so he's always offers his services there. Anyways, yeah, I guess this I'm getting these offers often. So I guess it's thing now on Twitch, on any other streaming platforms to actually offer viewers. I guess that's a trend, but I don't know who will actually buy those. I mean, if I want more viewers, I'm gonna earn more viewers. Doing my thing, I'm not gonna buy them. That just makes zero sense to me. But if somebody want to buy them, so well, I guess there you go. To everybody its own, right? Someone likes to buy viewers. I don't know. I don't. Okay, so a few more things. All my videos streams out on YouTube, so you can basically, I always encourage you to, if you want to check them, you can watch stream or maybe just parts that you like. Leave suggestions for me what to implement next, always, yeah, right? Because this is my kind of pet project that I do on my free time, and I don't have any actual direction to which go. My idea is at the moment to implement all these features that you may need in the production when you become a professional developer, or maybe if you are a professional developer, maybe got some new ideas. If you are someone who is aspiring to be a developer, this will show you how usually do your work, because I'm doing here everything. There's no preparations for these streams. If I don't know something, I'm gonna check it out on the stream. If I need to research a new library or new feature, new cloud service, then I didn't see before, I won't do this off stream, I'll do it on stream. So everything's gonna be on stream. For example, I may implement Azure storage for this, and I never use. I did use Azure, but I never used Azure storage. I never were creating my own Azure account. I was using clients' Azure accounts until this point. I did create my own AWS because I was learning for certificate and everything else. For AWS, I did have a lot of experience with the console, but for Azure, I don't have that experience. So if I decide to go with Azure, I'll probably go it on stream. You see everything I learn and do on the stream. Why I'm doing like this? Why I don't prepare for my streams? Because this is realistic day in the life of a developer. That's why my stream is called Day in the Life of Developer. And day in the life developer is not just typing code. It is most important part, but it's not just typing code. It's learning new stuff, and when you don't know something, you need to learn it, and you do that on the clock if you learn something for the project. So that's why everything that I do will be on the stream, like I'm doing for doing my work, right? This is realistic. They are no life for developer. Everything's here. It won't be actually 8 hours. Like yeah, I do work, but yeah, it will be like maybe this one is 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. 1, 2, 3. Let's say everything from Spain on 1 to 3 hours. I won't go much more 3 hours probably. We'll be here. I told you, I may actually simulate other parts because I'll just repeat myself. It's not always coding. It is a meet. Lots of times. So if I work, a lot of the work time goes on meetings, right? You will definitely have at least one daily meeting each day, maybe more, depending on what you do. So a lot of those goes on the meetings, so I'm gonna try simulate those as well. And of course, let's be real, sometimes with this, there's no, well, except you are in the like zone and you're deep into what you do, most of the time you won't like sit 7 hours on code. Even if you don't have any meetings, you're gonna get up, take a walk, or maybe lie down, take a nap. If you're like doing something very intense, that's just the what the basically one of the requirements. So the I wouldn't say requirements, but one of the consequences of this job is you need to basically rest at time to times because it can be really mentally draining at some point, especially if you do some work you never done before and if it is complex, right? If you have work like that, you need to write some algorithms, and you never write these kind of algorithms before. You have some unique business logic, so there's no ways to check these algorithms because it's unique for business logic. You need to write them, and this is gonna train you mentally, definitely. You need some rest, but we will be able to maybe put in 3 hours of work. Maybe if you have meetings less than that, and you need to do some rest, and that's normal, right, for developers. And don't be afraid to take a rest or even naps and work. That's a pretty normal procedure for developers. But if you do something you do lots of times, then you will probably not really need that much of the rest because some of that stuff will go from your memory, and you just basically like anything else. First is the effort, conscious effort to do it, and then it more becomes a combination of conscious and subconscious effort, and at some point it becomes just instinct or muscle memory, depends on if you're doing something mental it will be instinct, if you're doing something physical it will be muscle memory, right? Which is basically the same thing, just different part of the body or different, okay, basically a little bit like that. Here is gonna be intuition and instinct when it comes to development because that's a mental exercise, it's not physical one. Well, you will remember where the keys are, so okay. Yeah, that's it. I will stop talking now. I'm almost done with my coffee, so yeah, no more talking anymore for me. Feel free to skip this last part when you watch the stream. Okay, so as always, thank you for coming. I hope you had, I know, saw something that's interesting to you. I would say learn something, but hey, who am I to say say that? Okay, so I hope you saw something interesting, and next time I will finish this. Next time I will do this controller for the retrieving the URLs, and next time I will also do test with logic, now control the signature, and I'll also basically do another route will actually consume these signatures. This is basically no, there's yeah, this will be the route from the controller when you retrieve the file. But that route the controller will actually have another checks for signature to see if signature is expired and exists and so on and so on, some also and stuff like that when it's consumed. So I will do that the next. Basically, same thing you saw on AWS. So I'm not saying, but apologies. You will return your error if file doesn't exist or if it's private. Anyways, I have a phone call. I'll just finish this one now. So have a nice day if it's day there. Where you are if it's night. Good night and sweet dreams. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.